Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, finally we're on. Okay,
Yes.
now tell me, what do you
So
want?
difficult to find me.
So difficult what?
To find me.
Yeah. Well, I guess anything valuable or something one has to search for. Otherwise, what is the point of having a value? Yes. You're looking gorgeous. I love
Thank you.
I love that huge red rose on your
Yes.
chest.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, now
So,
tell me, what do you feel? How thrilled are you about Thriller?
I'm very thrilled, and I watched the film last night, with you, of course, and I love it so much. It's gonna keep you occupied, and I guarantee everybody's gonna watch it more than one time for sure.
But nobody's going to believe it if we ourselves talk about our own film. Yes.
Yeah, but they will believe it once they watch it.
But I'm not even asking about how Thriller is as a film, but how thrilled are you about Thriller? That's what I said.
I'm very thrilled. And I cannot wait to be seen. And till now, all my photo shoots were working, and now I cannot wait for people to see me acting and actually see me as an actor. And wow, it is exciting me so much.
Yes, me too. But that's if you remember the first time I met you, I told you that a combination of your looks, your beautiful body and performance, and it'll be like a 360-degree viewpoint of what apsara is about. Now that brings me back to what we've been promising the people who are listening, are also watching. I said me and Apsara are going to talk about love, sex, suspense, and exposing in movies. So I want to ask you this question. As a filmmaker, lots of times I had this thing, if I meet to an actress and then she says something to the extent, I'm talking about going back to even Urmila in Rangila, say that if the script demands it, then maybe I can think about it. I said, first of all, script doesn't have a voice. A script doesn't have a mouth. No script. I know it's a bad joke. But the point, I honestly believe, Apsara, which you tell me your opinion, at the end of the day, film is a visual medium, and a beautiful girl is a part of the visual medium. People come to see actors. They really don't come to. If it's only about the story, someone can just narrate the story by taking a script and narrate it or read it out. Eventually, it's being enacted. So when I said when asked me the story of Thriller, I said the first 5 minutes the story is Apsara's body. I said. That's the story. And why is it lesser than the dialogue written on the script is my point. Okay. And I always have this thing of a lot of people when they keep talking, they'll say, no, how can you expose? How can you do that? And those are the very people who watch Thriller the first. They will just say it in a hypocritical way because, and then why are they even following you? Why are they even noticing that a film called Thriller is coming, and the fact that they took their time to make a comment on it itself is proving the point. Yes. Yeah. So you tell me your views on this.
So I feel as a viewer, okay. So my favorite actress is Kate Winslet, Hollywood actress, and she's so beautiful. And so whatever she does, like bold and exposed, I don't even want to use these words. Okay, she's so beautiful. Whatever she does on screen, I just want to look at her. Whatever she's doing, I admire her beauty. I admire her smile. I admire the way she does everything. So I think being an actor, you need to carry that confidence and that personality in you.
Confidence is a very right word. You said, I stand I abide by that. See, I always believe this: if an actor does it with conviction, no matter what it is, see, I'll give my earliest memory of the example of this in Basic Instinct. It came around maybe 25 years back. And when Sharon Stone just crossed her legs, like most talked about shot at that time. And in fact, it made her career for the next 25 years. And there also, the key word what he used, she did it with so much of conviction. So she almost used her sexuality to intimidate even stars like Michael Douglas and like the biggest star at the time. So he looked lesser than Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct for the simple reason that she kind of, without any inhibition, she flaunted her beauty and her sexuality. That for me is a point. And I honestly feel a beautiful girl not showing her beauty is like it is equivalent to depriving small children from having food. That's what I believe. Yeah, because a thing of value and desire. If someone once said, I think to be conjuice about it and to cover it up and only giving it to one, maybe your loved one, your boyfriend, or sometime when you marry, to give it to only one person, I think it's very feudalistic in its attitude and immoral and against the intention of God. And any beautiful girl who doesn't show her beauty, I think she'll go to hell. Yes,
So then I should go ahead.
This is my curse on all beautiful girls who don't show their body.
So I personally think, just because I have done a film and which according to people is bold, which according to me is very sexy and very, I'm flaunting and I'm loving it according to me. But according to people, it's too bold for the society. So what I think is, so we as Indians, we love watching, Hollywood films, and we love seeing their bodies, the Hollywood film actresses, and we literally respect them. We, respect the women. For example, basic example, I think everybody who's present here must have watched Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we love that film. And nobody talks about how bold she's done and things like that. Because just because she's not Indian, we are accepting it. And just because I'm Indian, people are questioning me. I think that is something we need to stop, pull each other back. And obviously, nobody can pull me back until unless, I want to do something, I will do it. Okay, and I'm confident on it, so I'll definitely do it. But I think this is a mentality that people have to change and stop pulling women back. If you cannot spot, just shut up.
Yeah. See, Apsara, tell you something. I don't think they need to change because they already changed. It's not like they just don't say it out. It's because of years of kind of feeling guilty about it and what will others think, what others won't think, and what will somebody else will say. It is just a hypocritical aspect. I don't think there's any question of them not realizing or we are trying to make them realize. It's nothing like that. Okay, point one. Anyways, coming back to Thriller, see, if you remember, I showed you a kind of a clip from Sigourney Weaver's Alien, it's one of my most favorite films, I always believe that in the same context of what we're talking about, if a girl is, she's coming out of let's say, a beach, from the sea, or maybe she's dancing, or maybe she's wearing clothes and doing whatever it is. But the moment you see a woman's body in the context of a thriller, or something which she is scared of something, or she is tensed about something which is happening around her, that in her space, suddenly I felt the body parts of the woman, they take a separate life of their own, because they're no longer being objectified sexually, they're being shown in a context.
Yes.
So when they're being shown in a context, what happens? The viewer kind of can enjoy it without being conscious about it. Otherwise, he'll become conscious about it, and it will kind of disorient him in a sense of the word. But the Adrian Lyne has been one of my most all-time favorite directors, who's done Flashdance and 9.5 weeks, and Lolita. In fact, in an interview of his, I saw this. If you just show a woman's body in a context other than just being plain sexual, it works far more effectively for the audience, because the body becomes a character by itself. If you remember, this one of my favorite shots in Thriller is when there's a knock on the door, when you go running and you hide behind the wall and to watch the closed door.
Okay. Yes.
Now you are looking at the door, and I, as an audience, I'm looking at you behind. So when half my eye, my left eye is watching the door and the right eye is watching something else. Whereas you, as an actor, is not watching either, because your concentration is on who's actually knocking on the door. In the context. That is my classic example of how you are showing a woman's body in the context of other than it being very obviously sexual.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so in effect, what I'm saying, if I'm because I directed the film, I can't say, but if I was a watcher when watching Thriller, if I am in the as an audience, if I'm talking about, then I don't want the door ever to open, so that it will give me that much of more time to watch you behind. That is the selfish, honest me.
So, and I'll tell you my views about that particular scene. When I first time saw that trailer, and I was literally checking out my own ass. I'm like, wow.
Yes. Yeah, correct. In fact, I was so taken aback when I first time showed you the rushes after a shot. And I thought, obviously, an actor will be concentrating on a performance and what else is happening around and things like that. Many times, especially the kind of camera angles I put, people will rarely know where the camera is, in terms of what it is showing from where. So I thought when you saw the rushes, you'll kind of get taken aback with some of the angles, and where did this shot come from? And then when you saw it, I remember the first thing you said, I love my ass, you said. I just love that, yeah.
Yes, I've never loved
I love that kind of, that is what I call conviction. That's what I think it's like. See, honestly, I don't understand. Everything is a body part. And just to discriminate certain body parts as lesser or as to look down upon or to be shy about, I think it's being unimaginably double standard and hypocritical. And I'm so happy that you like your ass as much as us men.
That is the most shocking part. I never checked out my ass and I never liked my ass. And I'm seeing the trailer, I'm like, wow, I love my ass, looks so cute.
Yes. Super.
And when I said it, you and mom you guys started laughing at me. I know, I remember.
And that one moment when this guy keeps insisting that he can kiss you once, can I kiss you once, just on your thighs, I like the fact that you would almost, because you don't want that to happen, at the same time you don't want to be rude to him, and you're not really comfortable, at the same time you can't just ask him to get out. So in a very, very condescending way, okay, do it. Okay, do it. And that is what I meant. That way, for me, is one of the most sensuous moments in the film, because you, as a person, see, the way I look at it, Apsara, you as a human being, you have your thoughts and you have your feelings, you have your, the way you think. And now your face, your beauty, your sexuality, your body parts are your properties. Okay.
Yes.
So when you're your properties and someone like that guy, for that instance, can I kiss you once on your thigh? If he says that, he is just saying, "Can I touch your property once?" You know, obviously, as the owner of the property, depending on your mood and yeah, mood on your mood, on what you think of him and what you think of the situation, you will have a varying degree of what you allow and what you don't allow. One, and then with what kind of a passion. You are not going to say, "Yeah, please kiss me." Okay, kiss me. It's almost like saying, asking him to kiss a plank of wood or some furniture, because you are not connecting to him in that context. Yeah. And that I find it very, very sexy in that scene. Because I find it so after that, the close up of your thighs, when it's slowly going towards your thigh, your thigh looks like almost it's another part of you. Yes. Because your face is looking bored. You just want to get it done with, the expression in your face, whereas the thigh is creating a desire. A moment of desire, which is what he's interested in. Okay, and I think it works on multiple levels in that context. That is one of my most favorite moments.
As a girl, for that moment, that is like a bossy thing. Like, I'm a girl and I'm a woman and I get to decide. Like, women have that, the authority to decide, and I feel very bossy about that particular scene. So I'm like, come on, I'm beautiful. I'm a beautiful God's creation, and I get to decide.
Yes, yeah. Whether someone can touch the furniture or not. Yeah, it's like I love this. I love this analogy of the museum. Museum. Like a museum owner. If you are the museum owner, then you have artifacts, you have statuettes, you have some diamonds, you have some paintings, you have various kinds of things which are there. Which could be your ass, which could be your arms, which could be your lips, which could be various things. Then each of them has a separate attraction for the people involved. I remember when I first when I saw Sridevi's first film, which is called Padharelo Vayasu, which was a debut film. Like, I first recognized her because of her thighs. I was so enamored. Yeah, I didn't even look at her face till that point of time. I was watching the film in general, and then there's this famous scene in the film where she crosses the stream, where this character is asking her, "Can you cross the stream without your langa getting wet?" So as it is getting deeper, she keeps on slowly pulling it up so that the edges won't get wet. And me and all the men in the theater watching like that, the mouth open. And I was so praying that at some point of time the stream is like really deep, so that she will lift it up even more. And unfortunately, it only was so much deep, where I guess it was only as deep as what the censors would allow. Actually, the whole point is that. Okay, and then after that, I was obsessed with her thighs for a very long time. It took me 2 years to tilt up and see her face, actually. Okay.
2 years?
2 years. 2 years. I mean, that many films. After that, some Erra Gulab came, X and Y.
You know what? So you love Sridevi's thighs, and you are just saying it. I think that is a difference I found in you and other people. That if you genuinely feel something, you just say it, or you express it in different mediums, maybe cinema, or maybe you just want to say it. But I think other people, most of the people, are very hypocrites. They do love it, but they don't want to say it.
They will say, "I love your heart. I love the good side. I love it that you love your parents. I love it that you're such a nice human being," and all that.
Very less people are honest. That is so true.
So coming back to Madam Sridevi's thighs, it was my biggest thing when I first met her. I told her that around 10 years of my student life in my engineering time, you know, I said your thighs played the biggest part in my life. If I look back on what did I do for my 10 years, the only thing I used to look forward to every day morning is to get up and see a picture of yours where your thighs are visible, I said.
Yeah, you said, what was the reaction?
She blushed. Because she also knows it's the truth. The whole point is that, obviously she is an actress and she is a beautiful woman. She also knows it's the truth. So I said by the time I actually managed to register her face and her performance, it was so many films later. And unfortunately, by the time I became a director and I did this film called Kshanam with her as my first film, by the time she completely stopped exposing.
Stopped exposing?
Exposing. Obviously, because I think she was nearly some 38 by the time, and she kind of was on the verge of wanting to get married and things, or some things like that, And anyway, not the Shanikshana needed the context, but I said, my only regret is I would have shown your thighs the greatest way possible compared to any of your previous directors, and I lost my chance on that. So that's a huge regret, and I just kind of put my head under the bed sheet and cried the whole night.